Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome back to the Reinvent Your Advent Health Challenge. My name is Dr. Michael Chiropractic. I am a chiropractor and the owner of Telos Chiropractic here in Springfield, Illinois. In our last video, we discussed the first pillar of health, how we think, focusing on the importance of perception and the steps our nervous systems take to become aware, acknowledge, and act in a way that meets our health needs in the moment. We also discussed that the emotions that we observe can act as a roadmap to communicating to what we truly need by first noticing, then feeling, and then responding. Through this process, we can more accurately address the 9 universal human needs that every human being requires for optimal health in living. If you haven't watched that video yet, you can find it on our Instagram and Facebook pages or find the link in the description down below. We are well into our second week of the holiday season. It would be difficult to go through the season without hearing or seeing references to the masterwork of Pyotr Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker. This classic ballet is often a wonderful holiday showcase of storytelling through color, sound, and dance. Every time I've had the pleasure of seeing a live performance of the classic, community or professionally, I am always inspired by the level of expression, control, power, and grace that is demonstrated on stage. And in the second act of The Nutcracker, this becomes a wonderful showcase of all of these qualities. If you'll remember that Clara, the main character in The Nutcracker Prince, had just defeated the mice army and had traveled to the land of sweets. As a reward for their heroism, the Sugar Plum Fairy rewards them with a celebration of dance, performed by many rare delicacies from all over the world. These delicacies included Spanish chocolate, Arabian coffee, Chinese tea, Russian candy canes, marzipan, bonbons, and finally the waltz of flowers and the dance of the fairies. Not only was there a variety of sound and color for each form, but the movements for each are distinct and bring life and variety into the performance. And it's from that point I want to get into the second pillar of health, which is how we move. Movement is a necessary and critical piece of the health puzzle, and it's very hard to separate movement from living. Movement is so much more than just going to the gym. Movement is how we interact with life. It's how we communicate to each other. It's how we communicate emotions. It's how we get our needs met and how we engage and experience the life that we are designed to live. It's not just movement. We are meant to move. And currently, if you looked at the United States, this is something that we are really lacking as a society. According to the CDC, only 53% of American adults meet the aerobic physical activity requirements for every single day, and only 23% meet both aerobic activity and muscle strengthening activities. These numbers are important because when you compare that to the rates of being overweight and obesity in the United States, you see that 71% of adults over the age of 20 are overweight and almost 40% are considered obese. This is a huge threat to the United States and the health of our communities. When we are overweight and obese, we have this difficulty or dysfunction with how we store and utilize energy. And what's a great way to use energy? Motion. And really, we are simply energy in motion. And our bodies are designed to be dynamic and adaptable in a way that helps us to live a functioning, healthy life. The human body is designed to move in an effective, efficient, and sustainable way. The balance between your muscles, ligaments, tendons, and joints and the connective tissue help to achieve this through a concept that we like to call biotensegrity, which is basically this natural balance that happens throughout the body through tension and compression, tension being across your muscles and connective tissue, and compression being across your bones. And this helps you to be very adaptable and function in a way that hits all 3 of those criteria. When we're in that balance, we call this the ideal tension state. And when we're in that ideal tension state, this makes our body more adaptable and also promotes healthier processes and takes a lot of stress off the body. When we don't get our daily movement needs met, we can actually place a lot of compression and stress on the body that can take us out of that ideal tension state. So imagine all the time that we spend in front of our TVs, computers, phones, or in our cars. That puts a lot of compression on the body. So we have to have strategies of movement throughout the day that help to combat that. The simplest strategy is to move well and move often. Take opportunities throughout your day to get your body moving. Moving different types of joints, various ranges of motion, not only help to combat the compression that you might be feeling, but also use up that energy storage that you've been getting throughout your day and light up your brain so you can be more engaged in what you're doing. Yes, movement is critical for brain function and activity, and there was a line of work done by Roger Sperry, a neurobiologist and neuropsychologist, where the motion of the spine actually contributes to brain function, very similar to a windmill generating electricity for a power plant. And the motion of your spine is critical, and that's where chiropractic can really be helpful if we're not getting those movement needs met or if something is stuck in a pattern of dysfunction. But you can also generate that activity by moving other areas of your body, and that's what's so cool about this process. On top of that, there are so many other benefits that movement can give you, from cardiorespiratory health to hormonal regulation to emotional regulation to dealing with inflammation, neuroplasticity, learning, mood, sleep, all of these different things outside of just physical fitness. So get out there, move well, move often. The basic recommendations for anybody over the age of 18 up to age 64 is having a minimum of 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise. This can be a brisk walk, about 30 minutes 5 times a week, and also having a minimum of 2 days a week where you are actively strengthening muscles. With that, I'm going to add one more piece. I think it's critical that daily we have opportunities to engage in what we can call meditative movement or awareness type movement. Now, this can be anything from yoga to tai chi to qigong to dance to martial arts. These are opportunities to really explore and become aware of how your body moves and feels. That way you are experiencing and lighting up the most activity in your body as you can. And if there are joints and tissues that aren't moving the way they need to, maybe time to visit a chiropractor to get those needs addressed. And just like the last video, we said that the needs are universal, but the strategies are many. And when we look at human beings and our capacity for physical activity, there is a huge range of different things that we can do to get our movement needs met. Get the basic requirements in, but then have fun. Choose your own adventure, create your own recipe for what your movement needs look like specifically for you. Remember, it is that variety that creates life and expression, and the variety in your movement is a huge piece and asset to your life. And there you have it. That is our second video of the Reinvent Your Advent series, How We Move. Again, I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Like, comment, share, and participate. This will take you one step closer to the drawing at the end of this challenge, and I hope to see you at the next video.